Hello, everybody. Thank you so much for joining us today. Today, I'm here with Francis. Francis, if you want to just introduce yourself and please let everybody know where you are and what you do.
Yeah, my name is Francis. I joined Global Camp in 2016. That's when I was 16 years. So I was excited and all things went very well. I can say now my life is still changing because of Global.
And can you talk a little bit about Globro and what you did there and the activities that went on?
Okay, Global was one of the great conferences I've ever went. That is we went and we learned many things about the world and about how to start a business. You see, we were taught of how to make batik, how to make tie and dye. We were taught of the performing of yoga and a lot. We learned a lot. But for now, I can say I'm not a t-shirt printer. I've been printing t-shirts out to make my life, yes.
Wow. So you learned how to print the t-shirts in the Globro camp?
Yes,
And
exactly.
now
That's where we learned how to print the shirt. We had a leader who came and lead and taught us the way of printing out the t-shirt. So when I came back home, I taught two of my colleagues, Daniel and then Da Costa. So they're now using it to live as well.
wow, that's great. So now you guys have a small little business going of
Yeah.
printing t-shirts. That's amazing. That's great. How is that going?
Oh, it's going good.
Yeah.
So we print it out and we invite customers. In the week time, we go to the market and then we sell. Yes.
Wow. That's great. That's good to hear. That's good to hear. So at the Globro camp, you learned a lot about business skills. You learned a lot about how to create a business and how to start one up. What else did you learn?
Okay. At the Global, we learned about the protection of disease, like diseases like cholera and then malaria. Yes, and you know one thing, in my community, most at times they've been giving us insecticide net that we've been sleeping under. But immediately they bring it, people think like, oh, it's used to make garden or so. So they use it for garden. But since we went to the global camp and came back, we went to denominations and to churches to tell them, no, that's not the use of the mosquito net. And cleanliness will lead to avoid those diseases. So we must clean ourselves, tidy up our societies, and then we we are free from any disease like malaria.
Oh, that's great, Francis. I'm so proud of you for doing that. You know, I did a lot of work with malaria prevention while I was there, so it's good
Yeah.
to hear that that you're taking charge and you're letting them know not to use those nets for, you know, for football or soccer nets or for their gardens and things. So that's good. I'm very happy that you're using it for the right thing. And thank you so much for speaking up and showing people how to do that. You know, that's one of the
Okay.
big things with Globro is that we want to provide you the tools and the knowledge that you can take back to your community and spread that around. So I'm so happy that you're doing that. When you were in the Globro camp, what was your favorite lesson that you learned, or your favorite thing that they did?
My favorite lesson, right? Oh, you know, I love more of nation development. So I loved the teaching of malaria and then sex education as well.
Hmm.
Yes, those were the main topics that I took off from the place. And you know how to start a business too. There were leaders from the fueling station and the bank. So they taught more as how we can start our own businesses. So I loved those parts a lot. Those were my favorites. Yes.
That's great. That's great. Yeah, and it's important, and I'm glad that you were able to see somebody from the bank and from the 4-H and all these other places come and teach you guys about these things, so you can see uh, somebody from your own area being successful, and then you can follow suit and continue that. One of the big things with Globro camps are the gender equality. So can you talk a little bit about that? What did you learn?
Yes. They talk about gender equality too. That's even the name Global means girls leading our world and boys respecting others. So this simply talks about the gender equality. You see, most of Ghanaian ladies or girls think they are they cannot do it as compared to men. Meanwhile, that's not the case. So when we went to the global camp, we were taught that no, what men are doing, women can even do and even do it more better. So even just there in the camp, you see bicycle riding is mostly boys mostly ride bicycle, but we were taught bicycle riding just in the camp. And then when we went to the field to practice that, the girl said, no, oh, I've learned that girls can do much than boys, or girls can equally do as boys. So we are going to take over to ride the bicycle for today, not the men. And that was a very practical example that what we learn over there is being taken into practice. And when we came back from the camp, we tried to organize our ladies. That was we were having a ladies club in our school, and so I went there one day to tell them no, what they think men are doing. You know what? When we go to the education field, ladies are mostly afraid of mathematics. And when we came back from there, I said no, that's not the case. What the boy child is doing, the girl child can equally do. And you know, some parents will say, no, it is of more use educating the boy child than the girl child. We said, no, that's not the case. Ladies can also do as men. We see there are some leaders who are even girls. So if you educate a woman, you've even educated a whole nation. So we try to immerse that idea to the parents and to the students as well. But people were happy of it and they appreciated it very much.
Yeah, can you talk a little bit more about how was life like for a girl there versus a boy, and why is it so important to make sure that everybody in your village understands, and everybody in the community understands that the girls can do the same thing? How are they treated differently?
You see, when we come to the society here, most at times we don't see ladies contributing. They only sit for family or to take care of kids and end up in the kitchen. So what we've been telling them is no, you can do and do more better. So as time goes on, they are now changing back and saying no, I can go to school and be a good person as well as men are doing. So we try to tell them that yes, you should do and you should keep on. You should keep on going because there are ladies leading. And it's not something surprising that a girl should be a leader of even a whole nation. So they should keep moving. And that was what we are trying to insert in now.
Friends, so explain to everybody how the camp went.
Okay. Yes, it took 5 days for the camp. Yes, the first day was at night time. So when we went, we just went to bed. But the next day, we learned a lot. We started learning different things altogether. So you see, the idea was to insert leadership to with a little kids. But you know what? I being a little boy, I would say I'm not little because I'm now 20. So I have decided now that we are organizing a club for my community that will help the adolescents. That's about adolescents. You remember we learned about adolescents too at the camp.
Mhm.
So, but one of the things I've noticed nowadays is teenage pregnancy is rampant here. So what I'm thinking of is to organize a club that will unite all the youth and the teenagers in here, so that after organizing that club, we can invite people from outside and from inside here to help them or to teach them about, I will say, sex education, or to educate them on sex, that they will disease from teenage pregnancies and move on in life, so that the population growth here will be lower, and then we can move on as a nation as well.
That's great. That's great, Francis. I'm so glad that you're doing those things, Francis. So it seems like the Globro camp, you took a lot out of it. You've been doing a
Yes.
lot of different things for it. For somebody here in the United States that has never been to these camps or doesn't know anything about them, what can you tell me? Can you tell them why are they so important?
Oh, global camp is so important. I can say it's a life-changing experience to those of us who have gotten it right now. Because you see, at first, I didn't know that gender equality is important, or what ladies are doing or men are doing, ladies can also do, and even better. I didn't know. So I was intimidated dating girls who were coming to what, or who were near me. My elder sister, I always tell her that no, you will be at the kitchen, we will go and work, and we will bring you money. So after the camp, my sister saw that no, my activities have changed, and this means that we've gotten enough experience that she will even change from where she was. She's not thinking just to end up in the kitchen. So now she's changing, and you see, when we were like many, this news will have spread a lot. So I encourage people watching me today that they should invest, or they should try to invest in this, because as I'm educated, I've educated my colleagues too. So as many are educated, all of us will get to know the whole thing, and this will help a lot. This will help to change the life of everybody, and people will do great as well.
Thank you so much for saying that. Thank you.
The last word I would say here is people are looking on that we will move forward as a nation and a group of people. So as times goes on, we'll still be updating you on what we are doing here with our leadership skills, or what we learned over there. Yes. So in September, we are going to launch that club I talk about. Yes.
Perfect.
So we'll give you every information and every news going on here about the club.
Yeah, perfect. No, I definitely want to keep in touch and hear about what's going on with everything. Hopefully soon we will be going to Ghana to do another youth camp. And so I hope that when that happens, I'll contact you and we can meet, and you can help us when we're there as well. So because we
Okay.
want to keep, we want to continue uh, for you to learn those skills, those leadership skills, and for you to help the younger generation, which you're already doing. So we're so happy to have you do that.
All right.
Francis, yeah, that's about it. Thank you so much for joining me today and talking about all this. like I said, we're very proud of you, and we hope that you continue, and we'll keep in touch with you with everything. So thank you so much.
Okay, you're welcome.